Thank you, President Judge Adele Seneca. Also with us this evening are the 4 judicial candidates for the May 17 primary. Charles C. Kurowski, Lane M. Taturis, Gary Gilman, and Judge Phil Mellegrain. Because the Bar Association takes seriously its responsibility to play an active role in securing competent and desirable candidates to fill the judicial position, we are pleased to be one of the co-sponsors of the League's Voters' Guides, which will be available the week prior to the primary and general elections. Thank you for joining us this evening. I now introduce to you our moderator, League member Jackie Campbell.
Our format this evening is to have 2-minute opening statements by each candidate. We're going with the ballot order of the governor's party, which is the Republican ballot order. So Mr. Kurowski will be first with the opening statements. We'll then follow with questions in a rotating order and then 1-minute closing statements. So without further ado, we'll call on Mr. Kurowski.
What a pleasant evening to be here as I look out over this sea of smiling faces. I must have written this opening about 5 times, always with a guideline, don't speak with negativity hanging like a sword of Damocles over my head. But recent events have shown us we have problems in the courthouse. We need to heal ourselves as a profession. We need to be open and transparent and not hide behind the law. The public is losing its faith in our profession. Lawyers, I ask you, is the practice of law better today than it was years ago under Judges Gladden, Gilmore, Terputic, Rogers, and Bell? Their doors were open to lawyers and the public every morning to help solve problems. 1 morning a week motions is not enough because legal problems just don't happen once a week. Judge Mark Mascara handled the entire alphabet from A to Z and had motions more than 1 day a week. Now we have 2 judges splitting the alphabet. Many of you call me and say, guess what happened now? And usually I'll give you a case and say that wasn't the law. The conversation then ends with, this is between me and you, right, Chuck? All I wanted to do when I started practicing law was to have a level playing field when I walked into the courtroom and help people with their problems. My experience is 31 years as a lawyer with you in this county. I didn't just move here in 2002. I have represented more Washington County residents of record than all these gentlemen put together. I have reversed more judges than all these gentlemen put together. I have zealously represented my clients and will do so as your judge. I have always favored term limits. I'm 59 years old, can only serve 1 term. The others, if elected, can serve 2, maybe 3 terms. You should consider this when you elect a judge, what you will do 10 to 20 years from now on that person's retention vote. I invite you to join my campaign. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Lane Taturis. I am a 4th-generation, lifelong resident of Washington County. I have practiced my entire legal career right here in Washington County. As a result, I'm intimately familiar with its local history, its local tradition, and most of all, the local rules and procedures within our court. And more than that, I've been a career member of the Washington County Bar Association. Of all the candidates running for judge, I feel that I have the broadest level of experience of all candidates. If you look at what I have done, I have practiced and am proficient in virtually every area of the law that encompasses the general practice of law, be it family law, civil litigation, corporate and commercial work, real estate and taxes, and estates and trusts. I've distinguished myself as a municipal solicitor in this county. I have served the residents, the municipalities, and the businesses of Washington County. As for my trial experience, I have handled numerous jury and non-jury trials to full verdict. I've served as an assistant district attorney of Washington County and an assistant county solicitor. As an assistant district attorney, I served as a child advocate, prosecuting some of the most vile offenses that adults can commit against children. I've also served as the juvenile prosecutor and the administrator of the Washington County Fast Track Program. A judge should be revered by lawyers and respected by people in the community. But that respect must be earned, and I intend to do that each and every day when I'm on the bench as a judge. I intend to treat every lawyer and litigant with the same level of respect that I would expect to be treated with as a judge. As for my fellow members of the bar, you know me, I know you, you know my tendencies, I know your tendencies. That makes for a wonderful recipe for a good professional relationship between the court and the bar. I appreciate your support.
I'd like to thank the League of Women Voters for holding this forum this evening. My name is Gary Gilman, and I believe I'm the best qualified candidate to be judge here in Washington County. And that's for two reasons. First, I'm devoted to public service, and two, I'm devoted to my community. I've been an attorney for 23 years. The first half of my career was spent here in Washington County. I was a law clerk for Judge Judicial. I was also a solicitor for the County of Washington. I was the 4D solicitor for the Domestic Relations Office, and I also held a private practice here in Washington County. The second half of my career has been in Allegheny County, where I've been appointed by the judges of that court to be a master and hearing officer. I've been assigned to hear complex divorce, support, and alimony cases. In that job, I've heard more than 8,000 cases. And I think it's important to note that because in law school, there isn't a class on teaching you how to be a judge, how to be a good listener, how to sit in judgment. There's no substitute for experience, and my experience is vast sitting in judgment, and I think that that is something that my fellow candidates do not have. But I think a judge is also a person who should try to make his community a better place beyond the hours of 9 to 5, because he or she is a pillar in the community. I've been living here for 31 years, first coming to Washington County when I attended W&J College, and have not left since because I love this county. As a resident, I've served on many philanthropic boards and charities. I founded the Friends of Canonsburg Town Park. I'm its current treasurer. I've served as on the board for the, I've served on the Community Action Southwest Board, its advisory council. I'm a member of the Canonsburg Houston Food Bank, delivering food. I've taught migrant field workers. I'm sorry my time is up, but long and short of it is, I'm the most qualified candidate on here.
Hello, everyone. My name's Phil Melligrain. Many of you know me, some of you don't, so I'm going to start from the very beginning. I was born January 13th, 1961. 10 days later, I was adopted by two of the most wonderful people you'll ever meet in your life, Jules and Olga Melligrain. He taught me values in life, values that helped me succeed to the point of where I am today. One of those values was the value of hard work. Growing up, from my mid-teens through my mid-20s, I worked as a boilermaker, an iron worker, a steel worker, and a laborer to help defray the cost of school. I went to the University of Pittsburgh, where I graduated, got my undergrad degree. I went to Duquesne Law School, where I went to school at night. I worked various jobs during the day. After Duquesne Law School, I went to the Allegheny County District Attorney's Office, where I served for over 8 years. While I was there, I was promoted to an elite unit within that office called the Crimes Persons Unit. What we did, we prosecuted the violent crimes and sexual assaults against adults and kids. In addition, we did all the homicides. I got to tell you, it was a job I truly loved. It was a job I truly felt I made a difference in every day. I felt I had an impact on someone's life, and I felt I protected society on a daily basis. When it came time to decide whether or not I was going to go into private practice, my wife and I discussed it. And I wasn't sure if I could maintain that same sense of accomplishment once I left to go into private practice. But I made the jump with her support. And what I found out is that I could. I could maintain that sense of accomplishment because the people that I represented, there's nothing like getting those people back on the right track, bettering themselves, which would better their families, which would better society as a whole. Now sitting as a judge in Washington County, that's where I find myself. And I got to tell you, there isn't a day that I walk into my courtroom that I don't have the hope that I can change someone's life for the better, and I can better society and make a decision to protect society, and I think that benefits Washington County. Thank you very much.